Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. I wanted to do a reading today because I know that many of you are having a difficult time and are feeling the energies of perhaps karmic situation of your divine masculine, and you may feel a little bit like topsy-turvy at the moment, or lethargic. Some of you might even feel like you're coming undone. So I want to bring you a reading today to let you know that everything is how it is supposed to be. It's a time where everything's kind of upside down. So I don't know, if you imagined that you were like a character like Alice in Wonderland and you went into another world, just imagine that you're standing on the ceiling. That's kind of what it's like. Alright, so I'm taking a look at the divine masculine now, and I'll let you know what's going on with him. Because he feels like most of the cards, a lot of the cards come in the reverse. I say upside down, but you know what I mean, in the reverse. But it's this feeling like, no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, in the recent past, no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, it's just not good enough. It's this exhaustion feeling as well coming up there. It's, and then I'm getting the song, Tell Me How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? Now that I've been loving you so long, tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? Which is a Michael Bolton song. For some of you, your twin flame may be called Michael. Okay, other names coming through are Mark, Justin, I'm getting Lance, or Vance, or Vinny. It's a V name. It's not very popular. So anyway, it's this feeling of, how am I supposed to live without you now that I've been loving you for so long? So look up the lyrics to that, Michael Bolton, how am I supposed to live without you now that I've been loving you so long? There's this karmic injustice going on for many of the divine masculines as well at the moment. It's this, entrapment of their mind because they're in the 3D. It's kind of this duality that's going on and playing out in the world stage as well. You're either in 3D or 5D. If you're in 3D, you're in ego, you're in fear, you're getting upset easily. It's a mindset basically. And the karmic around them, which could be female for some of them, or feminine energy, has been really pissed off lately. Really pissed off, cutting words, arrogant, perhaps even narcissistic in some kind of way. And there's this feeling of the divine masculine feeling small. I don't have much to give my divine feminine right now, so maybe I'll just stay away altogether because I haven't really got much energy left to give. So it's not that they don't love you, it's just that they have had this judgment coming from their karmic people. Remember, there's good and bad karmics, and the ones who are still in a 3D mindset will be not resonating with your divine masculine at all, because he's trying to come into this awakening. He's trying to push through out of ego and into this, looking ahead to the future. I'm getting muscle soreness, I'm getting tiredness, I'm getting exhaustion from many of them. They're trying to move forward. On the outside it looks like, maybe you can see on their social media that they're looking happy, or that they're looking as if everything's fine. It's that whole I'm fine, but really they're not. They're not really moving in a way that coincides with the 5D. So it's like they're being dragged back into this 3D because they're hanging around with so many people who are in that consciousness. So, let me differentiate here so you understand. We live in the 3D reality, but you can have a third dimensional consciousness or a fifth dimensional consciousness and above. Are you living from the soul, or are you living from a mindset? It's kind of, mind and ego versus soul. Many of them had a tower moment, a destructive moment, a dark night of the soul that they're still coming through. And it's this unbelievable feeling of, I'm just so tired that I can't move forward. I'm just so exhausted that I'm just trying to keep myself going. And this translates for the divine feminine into her maybe feeling anxiety, or feeling the need to eat more, or eat less, or sleep more, or sleep less. She has the physical symptoms of this. She doesn't feel quite right. She may even feel a little bit dizzy. But he knows that the divine feminine feels like home. There's this feeling of home. I want to come home. I want to be home. I want to be in her arms. Beautiful. It's more than sex. It's more than lust. It's more than, a social media fling, if you know what I mean. It's this knowing that outside of him feels toxic right now, and he's looking to fix it by looking towards his beautiful divine feminine. It's a really profound epiphany that is happening within the divine masculine, and he's kind of going, I think I might be able to reach out to her, if he hasn't already. I think I really might be able to. It's that train that says, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And it's like he's getting the courage to do it, but he's still got this defensiveness in and around him from his karmic life. So the best thing divine feminine can do right now is to come into herself, come into the knowing, into her heart chakra, knowing that everything is going to be all right. The divine masculine is gaining the courage to come back. And we have dogs barking there as a synchronicity, and dogs representing loyalty. The loyalty of the divine feminine towards the masculine is profound. It's enlightening to him. He kind of is blown away by the miraculousness of her, because she always wants to be this really beautiful, nurturing essence that he missed out on perhaps when he was a child, or in his later years. So the divine feminine feels like the nurturer that he's always wanted, feels like the sister that he's always longed for, feels like that best friend that'll always be around him, feels like that little piece of the jigsaw that's missing. So let's just see what he wants to say to divine feminine, because the communication card is here. He's had to be a little bit arrogant, perhaps, to the karmic people who have been nasty to him. Not everyone's nasty to him. Of course, there are good karmics that have been kind, But he's seeing the blessing in the duality. So he's seeing the difference. Divine feminine makes me feel like this, and my karmic world feels like that. His karmic world feels like that. Broken-hearted, stabbed in the back, people talking about him, judging him, making him feel small. Okay. I wasn't comfortable. Let me get comfortable. Oh. So you may be feeling this heavy energy as I'm doing the reading. At the moment too, there are many, many divine masculines who have had spells done on them, occult done on them. It's actually really scary what some people do to other people energetically. If you feel that you're affected or your divine masculine is, please contact me and I can help you do a removal. He wants to come through as the emperor and sort of say, I want to sweep you away and bed you. You know what I mean? It's like that. I don't know why the word Morocco's coming up, but it's like a prince, like a Moroccan prince or something. And he has the option to have this harem with all these women, but he doesn't want all those women. He just wants divine feminine. So this is the energy, the inner energy that's stuck inside of him that can't come out right now because he feels muffled. And it's this want to come through as a confidant, as a, the sexual, with some sexual bravado, I guess you could say. But it's not quite there yet. It's, it kind of came out like this, as I pulled the card out. It didn't come up in the upright, but it's the essence of your divine masculine that wants to show up. But he needs this nurturing first. It's like, there's that saying, behind every great man is a great woman. And he really needs that great woman. Take gender how it resonates, of course, right? But he needs that nurturing and that beautiful commitment from his divine feminine, so that he can feel powerful enough to come back like this. So as she supports him in the 5D, right, in her 5D consciousness, as she connects in with her soul, it feeds him to be able to come back, right? Because right now he's not happy. He needs to feel the warmth from the divine feminine. No matter what he does in the 3D, divine feminine needs to transcend that and say, well, I love my divine masculine unconditionally. And of course, there are behaviors that she doesn't want to accept. But when he does show up, when he does come in, she can love him unconditionally. Because that's the duality here. The duality is that in his real life right now, with everyone but the divine feminine, he doesn't feel accepted. He doesn't feel as though he's loved. And so if he comes into divine feminine and she shows him that love, it's going to create stability. Okay, it's going to create stability. Often I've joked in the past, this guy's not moving. His horse is concreted in and he's not moving. But look how stable he is. He might not be moving right now, but with support behind him, right? With the essence of divine feminine, let's say today divine feminine's that horse underneath him, she needs to support him. He needs to feel supported to move forward. And then when he comes, he's going to come with all of his vigor and all of his strength and all of his might. Right now he is a page. You notice? He doesn't feel like he has much to offer because it's not, he's not feeling this. He's not feeling this bravado that I can, sweep in and come and lift her up and love her and hold her and nurture her. Right now he needs the nurturing. So divine feminine has to really step up to the plate and find a way to send him love. Otherwise this energy here is going to stay. It's this stagnant energy of, it's like imagine you're flying, okay, divine masculine, flying in the air, and he's a bird and he feels amazing and he's flying and flying and flying, and then all of these vultures come down and peck at him and make him feel horrible and he falls. So now he needs the divine feminine to bring him back up again, to lift his vibration, to say that it doesn't matter what you're going through, I'm here. She needs to be unconditionally loving to him, which is the most difficult thing you'll ever do, especially if they're showing up in a way that you don't like, because then your ego comes into it. So the decision here for the divine feminine is to stay in the 5D, to stay holding on to her own soul, to hold space for the divine masculine in unconditional love, so that as he gets dipped back into that 3D yuckiness, as he gets dragged down by those vultures that may be, giving him a hard time and making him not feel as beautiful as he is, he knows that when he reaches his divine feminine, that she's always going to love him. Many divine masculines have got habits that they should get rid of, have had unlucky cycles. They're stuck in this cycle. They kind of don't know how to get out. It's like if you had a tap and you were trying to turn it on and it just wouldn't budge. That's kind of how they feel. They're like, no matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to get out of this mess that I'm in right now, or out of this funk, or out of this depression, or out of this loneliness, or out of this place. And so many times the divine feminine is judgmental of their divine masculine as well. You know, he's not showing up, he's not texting, he's not calling, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, but they have no idea that they're going through this really hard time, and that they don't want to show up like this, because then, you know, that would be bad for their ego. They would much rather show up like this, you know, hey sweetie, I'm taking you to bed for 18 hours, right? You're going to have 29 million orgasms, and you'll never look back after you've been with me. You know what I mean? They want to come in hot. They don't want to be this boring guy sitting on a horse going, well, hey, I'm really tired from work today, and yeah, I might just go and lay down now, you know? Let's call him Boring Steve, you know? They want to come in. When they come in, they want to impress you. They don't want you to see them in this state. And the divine feminine, if you're listening to divine masculine, she loves you anyway. So it's okay to be vulnerable, but the divine feminine, my advice to you is to listen to your divine masculine. Wow, he's showing up here now as the King of Cups. Listen to him, because behind all of that facade of the 3D matrix, let me say, of the 3D world, which is an illusion, is this beautiful man who loves you. Take gender how it resonates again. His soul is you. You are him. He is you. So you know what triggers you. You know what makes you sad. You know what makes you happy. Ultimately, you're the same soul, the same home, the same consciousness. And so today is all about compassion from the divine feminine. Have you got enough compassion to put your agenda aside of coming into union just for the moment and send your divine masculine love? Have you got enough understanding to realize that they are mentally exhausted, that they are physically exhausted, that they feel muffled, unable to speak their truth, perhaps even blindsided by others, and so they've closed off their heart. And the only way to get them to feel themselves again is to come into your heart space. Even if you feel foolish, even if it's like, well, you know, he never shows up, he never comes in, he never does all of that stuff. Remember, the twin flame journey is a heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul connection. You know, as, you know, if you have a belief in God, you do that with the utmost faith. And the twin flame journey is kind of like that. The twin flame journey is kind of like you've got this faith happening, even if you can't see anything happening around you. Even if there's no contact, even if you're in complete separation, it's this knowing that it's coming anyway. In the separation, he's contemplating a lot of things. He's seeing the duality. He's seeing that in his current life, there are people who don't care about him. In his current life, there are people who judge him. In his current life, he's had to use a lot of faith to keep going. And he's tired. His soul is tired. And for many twin flames, this is translating into, you know, their own tiredness. Perhaps in the afternoon you want to take a nap, or you're falling asleep at work, or you're not sleeping well, or you're eating too much, or having symptoms. Okay, so just know that this separation for right now is needed so that your divine masculine can feel the duality. He can feel what it feels like when you're not there. And then if he does come in and you shower him with love and kindness and be there for him as a support, as his home, the most important thing I want you to take away from this reading today is that you are him and he is you. And so if you are him and he is you, there is no separation. The separation, the physical separation, is the illusion that our mind and our ego wants to buy into. He's over there and I'm over here. Right? And so if you want to bring your divine masculine to you, if you're in complete separation with your divine masculine, you can do my manifesting course. But before that, I would always suggest that you do the ascension package, because you want to come into union with yourself first and foremost. And then when you do that, you can manifest them energetically. And then when you manifest them energetically and they come in and you don't know what to say, that's when my magic 20 comes in. All right, and if you don't know where you're at, you can just send me an email, and I will definitely help you out and steer you in the right direction. I did a candle water reading too recently. So if you click on that, there may be synchronicities in there for you. It's basically just to prove that you're on the twin flame path when you get the synchronicities, because it's just a whole bunch of random messages that have come up. All right. So let's see what your divine masculine wants to say from his soul before we go, and then he just feels tired right now. He does. He feels tired. His soul feels tired. There he comes with the Aries Emperor energy. I have so much passion for you. He just can't show it right now because he's kind of stuck. Even in all of his hard times, look what he says. I know you love me. Please look after you better though, okay? So he's reaching out and telling you to take care of you. You are the sunshine that lights me up. I feel so warm with you. This is that realization that you're different than the others. Please don't be angry with me. I love you. Okay, so if they're not coming in and you want to slap them, he says, please don't be angry with me. I love you. I don't know, he's pretty convincing when he says that, isn't he? You can almost hear him begging. Alright, I want to wish you a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening or morning, wherever you are in the world. And of course, Elmo, baby Elmo, is here to tell you that he loves you. And I love his little nappy. Isn't it cute? It's the cutest thing since sliced bread. Hello, beautiful Elmo. Baby Elmo. Woo! So we are wishing you a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening or morning, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you real soon. Okay, bye for now. Bye.